thank the WTF, the Tables family, for allowing me the opportunity to participate in the Happy Collaboration Holiday and Party items, the Cake Bake Off edition, 12 Days of Christmas. So far we had Mama T Speaks with that lovely eggnog cake, eggnog icing. I wanted to slice, the kicking it with the Griffin, the family. Oh my goodness, a beautiful, lovely looking family. They made the key lime cake, and my best friend loves key lime, so of course I'm gonna have to make her one of those. So I have made a banana pudding cake for my granddaughter Chloe. She's gonna eat it, and I just thank you, ask you to take the time to watch it, and I hope you enjoy it. Hi everybody, this is how I'm making my cake. I'm using 3 cups of flour, and if you use the cake flour, you can make sure you sift it before you put it inside your container. It's 2 cups of sugar, 4 eggs, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt. I have 1 cup of milk, and that's the Carnation canned milk, but you can use any kind of canned milk. I just prefer to use that. I have 2 sticks of butter and 1 stick of the Crisco. Some people use the Crisco, some people don't. And I'm going to be making 2 8.5 by 1.5 inch cakes. It's going to be a double layer cake. That'll be my ingredient. And I'm emptying the flour in. That's all 3 cups of the flour. 2 cups of sugar. That's all my dry ingredients I'm adding now. My salt to get that flavor popping. Ooh, I waste some, but I'm not going to worry because I have salted butter. I usually use the unsalted butter, but I didn't have any in my fridge, so that's what I'm using. And that's the baking powder. That's all my dry ingredients. I'm going to mix that up, give it a stir. Okay, and now I'm going to put my butter in. Now this is the part people are going to look like, oh no, we do ours separate, then put it together. Well, I never did. The first time I did a homemade cake, I was given a recipe, but I wasn't told to do it that way, to mix everything separate, so I didn't never do it separate. And I'm making it the way I always did it, and mine's always come out right. This butter is real soft. I'm going to mix it in. I'm going to grind this in. Got my gloves on. Now see how I do that? I mix this in that flour just like that with my hand. This is how I've been doing it. This is why they taste so good. And this is why this is one of my best cakes, one of my best sellers. Okay, now I got the Crisco. Putting it out in there too. I'm getting ready to mix that up with the best thing. When y'all see this, y'all gonna love this cake. And now I'm going to pour, this is the 1 cup of milk. And I'm gonna mix that 1 cup of milk in. Yes, and once I mix the milk in a little, then I start stirring it some. You get a spoon to help you. And look at that, I want you to see how thick it is. Actually, after I was mixing it, Chloe did some. She's recording me, but she did some, and she was like, a little bit of milk can go a long way. I said, that's my secret. When you make this cake, don't you do it any other way. I don't care who tell you, this is your mama recipe. This is how I've been doing this cake for years. And around the holiday time, everybody usually want this homemade cake. Okay, and I'm going to put in 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla. And earlier, I think I forgot to say my flavors. I'm putting vanilla, and I always use an extra flavor with vanilla. This time I'm using the cake batter. This is, you got that? This is one of the newer mixes I use. People have been requesting that since, I think last year, since when we had COVID. And so I'm using that. Cake batter flavor, give it a little bit more. Yeah. And now we're going to put 1 egg in at a time. Oh, 2 trying to come. Okay, that's 1. And we're going to stir it, making a big mess. That's how it is with this pound cake mix. And stir. See how thick it is? That's when you know you got that homemade batter. Okay, and this is the last egg. And Chloe's actually doing that one. I gave her my favorite spoon so she could use for that. Y'all mix it just like that. She's learning from her grandma. Y'all don't mix it too much. We don't want it to look like a how the box cakes look. But this is thicker. You see how this is much thicker than that red velvet cake we made that time?
Yep.
Because that was box cake and this is not. And this is a little tough, right?
Yeah.
And when we did the box cake, we used the mixer.
Yep.
All right, thanks, Chloe. And we put the Baker's Joy in the pan, and we're going to fill the pans. I'm scraping the bowl. Your father and your uncle, they used to eat the cake bowls, Chloe. Eggs in it, everything. They did not care that eggs was in it. They wanted these bowls.
I did the same thing with the red velvet cake.
You did? Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm putting them in the oven. And both cakes in there at on 325. And this is the ingredients for the topping. I got some vanilla wafers. These are the bigger ones. I'm going to have to use some bite-sized ones too. I have some of them around here somewhere. I'm going to go get them. I have 4 cups of milk. There's some Cool Whip, some heavy whipping cream, pure vanilla, and 2 boxes of vanilla Jell-O pudding mix. So yes, we're gonna top this cake off with a banana pudding. And I usually use the condensed milk, but I don't have any, so I'm using a heavy whipping cream. Okay, so I put the 2 boxes of Jell-O pudding mix in there, and I'm gonna pour the milk in, and I'm gonna use my mixer. I like for this to get real creamy and good. So I use my mixer for this. And I don't wanna, it's gonna make the noise, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we can turn it off. All right, so we mixed up the 4 cups of milk with the Jell-O pudding mix, vanilla. And now I'm gonna add some vanilla flavoring. That's probably like 1/4 teaspoon. I'm gonna mix that into, because I don't have my, I'm gonna pour a little of this heavy whipping cream in there, only because I don't have the condensed milk. And then I add a little sweetness to it. And now I'm going to add in some of the Cool Whip. And I'm going to mix that all in. And look at these cakes. Oh, they look so good. So delicious. They smell so good. How they smell, Chloe?
Bussin'.
All right, she said bussin'. We're gonna let these babies cool off, and then we're gonna whip them up with that banana pudding topping. Okay, that's one there. I flipped it. I'm going to put the other one. Look at all that. Okay, so I'm ready to put this banana pudding, whip it up on here. You can see that good. And sometimes I'll put bananas on it, and sometimes I won't. And because we're not going to finish this cake off right away, I'm not going to put bananas on it. But I always ask, if I make it for someone, are they eating it right away? Do they want bananas on it? Because the bananas definitely will get soft, and it tastes the same to me. But you can add bananas on it. Chloe and myself going to eat some of this, and she's going to take the rest of it home with her when the weekend comes, because my husband does not eat banana pudding cake, and I don't eat a lot of dessert. I'll finish spreading this on here, then let you see. Okay, this is that first layer. Just smoothing it out a little. And I'm starting to add the vanilla wafers. Please, if you don't have on your gloves, I made sure my hands are thoroughly cleaned. I noticed my gloves was making a whole lot of noise. Start putting these on. And again, if you want, you can use bananas if you know you're going to have that cake. If I was having family over, I would definitely add bananas to the cake. But since I'm not going to put any. I don't want the cake to go bad quick because of the bananas. Once you make this banana pudding cake, this is going to be the main cake everyone wants. And I also make it with cheesecakes. Oh my goodness. Everybody wants it on their cheesecake as well. I promise you, once you open up that door, just be willing to keep doing it. Okay, this is the top layer. I'm going to add the second layer on. And before I put the second layer of cake on, I put just another thin layer of the banana pudding mix. So the cake will fit right on top easily. And look at that. It looks delicious already before I even put the banana pudding on this top layer. Uh-oh, I got too happy. I realized I started putting my the vanilla wafers on the side of the bottom layer. I usually just put it on top. I got too happy and started doing that. I usually level my cake off, and then so it looks like it's a little uneven, but I'm gonna make this thing work, I promise you. And Chloe will love it anyway because her mama made it. Okay, I got that second layer on top. Now I gotta make this thing look pretty, because by me putting the cookies on the side for the first layer at the bottom, it kind of make it look a little sloppy. I gotta make this work, make it work. Okay, she getting there. And so Chloe told me I couldn't bling up her cake, make my everything banana pudding cake like I like to. So this little spot in the middle, that little, on the wrong side, spot in the middle, I'm just gonna be a little creative with that little spot right there for her cake, since she won't let me be great. So that's a little bit of strawberry crunch in the middle, and I'm gonna put some sprinkles on top of that. Okay, so I added a piece of peppermint bark and a few candy canes. What is Christmas and a Christmas cake bake off if I don't add some candy canes? So Chloe is going to get me for this. She sleep when she see what I did to her cake, and she just wanted banana pudding. But that's just in the middle, y'all, I promise. She's still going to take this cake home and eat it. So thank you for letting me be a part of the happy collaboration, the holiday and party items, the 12 days of Christmas cake bake off, and we are going to do a mukbang of this. Okay, Chloe. Okay. Tell me how you like that cake. Lift it up so I can see it, please.
It's good.
You're going to be able to eat that big slice, girl. What about the inside of the cake? Is it moist?
Mm-hmm.
And it's thick, right? So you see what the difference I was saying when we mixed it with our hands, when we do the homemade cake? That's why. Well, thank you so much for trying, and I love you. And I thank you for helping your mama record and all that good stuff. And you get to take this cake home with you the weekend. Your mom.
Amazing.
Thank you.